this video we will learn how to solve the quadratic equations by completing square method. First of all, the equation is in the standard quadratic form. What is the standard form of the quadratic equation? It is ax square plus bx plus c, which is equals to 0. It is a standard form of the quadratic equation. So how to solve this equation by completing the square method? So the first step is that divide the whole equation with the coefficient of the x square, which is 7. So we can write 7x square over 7 plus 2 over 7x minus 1 over 7, which is equals to 0. So in this step we will divide the whole equation by the coefficient of x square, which is 7. So we have x square plus 2 over 7x minus 1 over 7, which is equals to 0. The second step is to transfer the constant term on the right hand side. So in this step 2 over 7x minus 1 over 7 plus 1 over 7 is equals to 0 plus 1 over 7. So here these two terms are cancelled out with each other. So we are left with x square plus 2 over 7x, which is equals to 1 over 7. Now as from the method's name, completing square, we can determine that we complete the factor as a square. We made this term as a square. So what is the formula of the square? If we apply a plus b square, which is equals to a square plus 2ab plus b square. So we made this factor as in this. Here we apply x square plus 2. We made this factor by this term. So we write 2 as in formula and then a. Here a is x. We find a term b which will give this term as a return. So if we write 1 over 7, then it make the square a square plus 2ab. So we find the factor b and add this factor as a square 1 over 7 and also subtract this term as within square, which is equals to 1 over 7. So we find this term to make a square. So after this is this term. So we write this term as x plus 1 over 7 square and write it is the same way, minus 1 over 7 square, which is equals to 1 over 7. Now the next term is that x plus 1 over 7 square and take this term on the right hand side. So we can write here 1 over 7 plus 1 over 7 square. So open this square, not opening this square. So write is in the same way 1 over 7 square, which is equals to 1 over 7 plus 1 over 49. Now 1 over 7 square, taking LCM. So we take LCM 49 and this will be 7 plus 1, which is equals to 8 over 49. This term is in here. So now in this step, now we take a square root on both sides. So x plus 1 over 7 square with under root, which is equals to plus minus. Whenever we take a under root, square root on both sides, then always apply a plus minus sign. So 8 over 49 under root. This square is cancelled out with square root because as we know, the radical sign means in fractional form is 1 over 2. So this is just a rough work. So this can be cancelled out. So we have just left with 1 over 7 and here we can write 8 as multiple of 4 multiply 2 divided by 49 under. We can split the square root on numerator and denominator. Now x plus 1 over 7, which is equals to plus minus, we can write as 4 multiply under root 2. Again we split the and the under root of 49 is which is 7. So the next step, x plus 1 over 7 which is equal to plus minus under root 4 is, we can write 4 under root which is equals to 2 square which is 4. So this square can cancel out with the square root, so it will be 2. So it will be 2 under root 2 over 7. Now we have to solve this. Now we have two situations with plus sign or with minus sign. So either x plus 1 over 7 which is equals to positive 2 under root 2 over 7, or the other case is x plus 1 over 7 which is equals to minus 2 under root 2 over 7. So we can separate this term as a positive factor and with a negative factor. Now solve both of these separately. X which is equals to 2 under root 2 over 7 minus 1 over 7. Or the second case is x is equals to minus 2 under root 2 over 7 minus 1 over 7, because when we transfer this term 1 over 7 which is positive, so when we transfer on the right hand side it will be a negative. Here we can write x is equals to 2 under root 2 minus 1 over 7. We take LCM. So x is equals to minus 2 under root 2 minus 1 over 7. So here there are two solutions of this equation. So we can write the solution set as under root 2 over 2 minus 1 over 7 comma minus 2 under root 2 minus 1 over 7. Or we can write these two factors as minus 1 plus minus 2 under root 2 over 7. So the both terms can be written in this way. Let's take another example to solving this equation by completing the square method. The standard ax square plus bx plus c which is equals to 0. So our equation is in the standard form. Here the constant term which is c is 0 in this situation. So first step is that divide the whole equation with the coefficient of x square. So 3x square over 3 plus 7 over 3x which is equals to 0 over 3. So it's our first step. Now just solve it. X square plus 7 over 3x which is equals to 0. To make the complete square of this term, as what we make it a plus b ka square, we made this factor of this term, and by formula a square plus b square plus 2ab, we write x square as plus 2 which is in formula a which is x. So we find this factor to give this factor. So if we write 7 over 6, because when cancel out 2 1s are 2, 2 3s are 6, and the answer will be 7 over 3x, plus taking the square of this term 7 over 6 square and add this term and subtract this term which is equals to 0. This factor will give a square term. So x plus 7 over 6 square minus 7 over 6 square which is equals to 0. Take this term on the right hand side. So x plus 7 over 6 square which is equals to 7 over 6 square. So it will be x plus 7 over 6 square which is equals to 49 over 36, and taking under root on both sides, so we have 7 over 6 which is equals to plus minus 7 over 6. Either x plus 7 over 6 which is equals to positive 7 over 6, or x plus 7 over 6 which is equals to minus 7 over 6. So x which is equals to 7 over 6 minus 7 over 6, and in that case which is equals to minus 7 over 6 minus 7 over 6. So it will be cancel out with each other. So x is equals to 0 in that term which is equals to minus 7 over 6, taking LCM as 6. So we have minus 14 over 6, and which is equals to minus 7 over 3. So we have two solutions of this equation. So we can write the solution set as 0 and minus 7 over 3. In the completing square method, we use the two formulas to make a complete square. If we have a positive term, then we use a plus b square, which is equals to a plus b square plus 2ab formula. If we have a term which is in minus, then we can use this formula, a square plus b square minus 2ab. So in this method, we basically use these two basic formulas.